Hello friends, Ben here for Giant Loop, and today I want to walk you through a complete motorcycle camping adventure setup for the Honda CRF 300L Rally. This is my new Honda CRF 300L Rally. It's a 2021. This is a great bike, incredibly versatile, will take you from one end of the planet to the other, as our friend Norley at Itchy Boots has proven already. I am excited to get out and go motorcycle camping on this bike very soon, and I wanted to show you the setup that I'm gonna run when I get out and start motorcycle camping on this 300L Rally in case you have one yourself. This is our Giant Loop Overnight Plus kit, and I like to showcase the kits because you can save an additional 10% if you buy the whole kit at once. The Overnight Plus kit consists of the Giant Loop Diablo Tank Bag, the Giant Loop Coyote Saddle Bag, and the Giant Loop Rogue Dry Bag. You can use them all at once like this. The Rogue comes off. You could use it with just the Coyote. The Rogue can be converted into a backpack, so if you stop, get off the bike and need to go for a hike or something, there's a lot of versatility here with this kit, and you'll have no problem both bringing all the gear that you need for an overnight or multi-day trip and still being able to move around on the bike and ride the most difficult terrain that you might want to tackle on this light adventure bike. Let me show you the individual pieces and how I've mounted them on this 300L Rally specifically, so that if you've got a Rally of your own, you can see how easy it is to use this Giant Loop luggage and how well this setup works. First up is the Diablo Tank Bag. Diablo Tank Bag is super easy to mount on this bike. Gone up here at the very top of the frame rail. You could actually pull this fairing piece off if you wanted to and go behind it. I just didn't want to pull it all the way off for this mounting setup, but it works either way. But just down around the frame rail here, back up underneath the bag, there's actually a pass through here, and it's exactly the same on both sides for the Diablo Tank Bag. And then up on the front, it's just down underneath the neck of the motorcycle. Make sure you get it under the cables here. That's the most important thing to look out for, is you want to go under any cables and wires that you see. I actually missed one. Okay, so I need to redo that actually, but you want to go underneath these. You see, even I make mistakes. I've done this 100 times. So I'll rerun that, but that's the biggest thing to be worried about up front. Otherwise, it's as simple as just running it up underneath the front of the bike. And that leaves your Diablo in the perfect position. It's easy to access. I keep all my camera gear in my Diablo, but anything you want to be able to access without getting off the motorcycle. If you remove the earplugs that I have sitting in here, very flat profile here so it doesn't get in the way when you're standing up on the bike. It's got a clear map pocket on the top so you can put your map there or whatever you want to look at. Water resistant zippers, and it actually comes with a dry pod, so if you use that with this tank bag, it is 100% waterproof and nothing inside will get wet. So moving back on the motorcycle slightly, this is the Coyote Saddle Bag. This is Giant Loop's original horseshoe shaped design. You need no racks of any kind to mount this on any motorcycle, and the 300L is no exception. And you can see the heat shield here on the 300L is more than sufficient to keep this away from the exhaust, so it literally just goes right on the bike in stock form. There's two front straps. If you mounted it a little bit farther back than I have, you could go to this attachment point here, just above the passenger foot peg. You can go below the passenger foot peg, or you can do what I've done, which is go all the way down here. And I did that just because I like to keep it as far from the exhaust as possible, but it would work up here more. You just need to make sure it's not touching the exhaust. And it will be perfectly fine on this side. The other side is exactly the same, except it doesn't have this attachment point, but I've done it the same way here, all the way to the front, all the way to the same frame rail actually that the Diablo Tank Bag is attached to, and it works great. And the thing with the Coyote is that it sits at more of a 45-degree angle. Our great Basin Bag is designed to sit vertically on the motorcycle. The Coyote sits at an angle, so you've got maximum space in here to move around, and it just attaches on the back. Right here, I've got it, there's a Giant Loop pronghorn strap that comes down through the bag, and it's actually attached up inside the bag. That's your rear mounting point. This 300L Rally has a rear rack, so I've just gone to the rack. It has a ton of really nice attachment points, so if you have a rack, that's great. Our Giant Loop rear tail rack works fantastic for that. With the 300L Rally, the other thing you can do if you don't have a rack is just go under the tail of the bike with the pronghorn strap, and it's gonna be just fine. So one attachment point at the back, two at the front, and that bag is solid, ready to go. You can move the motorcycle around with it. That's how solidly attached it is. I should mention the Coyote is also totally waterproof if you use the dry pods we include with it. And the nice thing about those dry pods is you can also pack your gear in them, so it's easy to get it in and out of the bag. This is the Giant Loop Rogue Dry Bag. It is a dry bag. It's right there in the name. It does not get wet on the inside because it has the rolls on both ends, so you can access this on both ends without taking it off the motorcycle. Quick and easy. So if I really want to get in there, it's as easy as this. I can get in, even without taking it off at all. So none of this unstrapping everything to get to your gear. So that's where you want to put the stuff that you want to access as quickly as possible. Now, one of the things we try to do with all of our designs is make it so that all the bags work together and you can get creative about how you attach them to each other without a bunch of extra parts being necessary. So I've got no extra straps whatsoever to hold this Rogue dry bag to the Coyote. These two straps are just the beaver tail straps that come up and over the top of the Coyote. They're part of the bag. I've actually run them through the back of the rear rack, so they even give me a little bit more stability here on the back of the bike. Our Coyote is designed to work seamlessly with our dry bags, and the Rogue is no exception. Let me show you what I mean. This is the beaver tail coming up over the top of the Coyote, and these are the straps. I've just run them through the daisy chain loops right here on the Rogue, and that Rogue is solid and attached, and it all is designed to work together seamlessly, as you can see. So this Coyote bag is incredibly spacious. It actually has 39 liters of storage. The Rogue is about 18, so you've got about 60 liters of gear storage here. And that is a lot of space, particularly for something that requires no racks or other modifications to your motorcycle whatsoever. So as I mentioned, buying this whole kit at once will save you 10% off the total price of the kit, and I'll link the kit page in the description for you. I'll also link each individual bag. There'll be some more fitment videos to come on the 300 Rally, but this is the moto camping setup that I plan to use when I take it motorcycle camping and maybe even on a BDR style adventure. So I just wanted to give you guys some ideas about luggage for this bike in particular. If you have questions about setup or fitment for the 300L Rally, please feel free to leave them in the comments. This is my personal bike, so I will have access to it and experience with it, so hopefully I can answer some of those questions. Don't forget that all of these bags and all of our products are backed by our lifetime warranty, and that all orders over $75 from giantloopmoto.com ship for free. Please consider subscribing to the channel for more fitment videos, gear overviews, other tips and tricks, things like that. And don't forget that all YouTube subscribers save 10% on giantloopmoto.com with promo code SUBSCRIBER. Thank you for watching. Go light, go fast, go far with Giant Loop.